Good evening there, ladies and gentlemen, and I've got some exciting news for you today. They've announced the title and some information about the 24th movie in the James Bond series by Eon Productions called Spectre. And I, for one, love the title. I think it's a great title. It tells you everything you need to know and gets you excited about the movie. I'm pumped for this movie. In case you didn't know, Spectre is the criminal organization which Bond faced in the 1960s movies with Sean Connery in them. There was kind of like a loose story arc connecting Sean Connery's films. He faced against this this group entitled Spectre, who it stood for Special Executive for Extortion. I can't actually remember what it stood for, but yeah, Spectre is. I can look it up. Spectre was the antagonist in many of the Sean Connery era films, and in the George Lazenby 1969 movie on Her Majesty's Secret Service. And the film series hasn't actually been allowed to use them for some years because they were tangled up in a lawsuit with Kevin McClory. Before the Bond movies were a thing, Ian Fleming, the series creator, was going to write a movie with a friend of his, American screenwriter Kevin McClory. And McClory came up with a script with Fleming about this organization called Spectre. And Fleming then wrote a novel called Thunderball using McClory's ideas without crediting him. And he was sued. And you can understand why. So the whole series has been tangled up in legal wranglings ever since. And McClory was able to make his own version of Thunderball as a movie, Never Say Never Again, which was released in 1983, alongside the official series entry Octopussy. Many fans don't include Never Say Never Again when they talk about James Bond films. I have all of the official Eon Productions movies on Blu-ray, and I've got Never Say Never Again as well on Blu-ray. And I've got the 1967 adaptation of Casino Royale as well, which was a spoof production, not by Eon Productions. So what do we know about Spectre so far? We know the title, and that's enough to excite you already. We know that Bond will be using a new vehicle, the Aston Martin DB10, which has been unveiled. It looks really sweet, nice car. Will of course be Daniel Craig's fourth performance as James Bond. The movie will feature Ralph Fiennes reprising his role as M, the new head of MI6. It will also include Naomi Harris as Eve Moneypenny, reprising her role from Skyfall. It will feature Ben Whishaw as Q, reprising his role from Skyfall, and Rory Kinnear as M's aide, Bill Tanner, who appeared in Quantum of Solace and Skyfall. And Tanner has appeared in some previous Bond films and novels, but not played by Kinnear. He's debuted the character in Quantum of Solace and in some of the games. And the film is set for a release in the UK on December the 23rd, 2015. So the stars will be returning. Christoph Waltz is up for a role in this movie. In case you don't know him, he has been famous for playing villains in Inglourious Bastards and in Django Unchained, two Quentin Tarantino pictures. My speculation is that he will be cast as the villain in this movie, maybe even Ernst Stavro Blofeld, who's Bond's nemesis from the older Connery movies and George Lazenby movies. They haven't been allowed to use Blofeld since the McClory lawsuit. Yeah, I would really love it if they brought Blofeld back into the modern Craig era. I think he'd be a fantastic antagonist. The Bond series with Craig kind of rebooted the series back to basics and created a separate new canon away from the old series. And they weren't allowed to use Spectre, so they created this new organization called Quantum. And Quantum was headed by a man called Mr. White, who was the villain behind Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace. And apparently Mr. White will be returning in this movie, so I really look forward to seeing him again, and how Quantum will play into the Spectre storyline. Whether Quantum will be a separate organization, perhaps a rival organization to Spectre, or maybe Quantum will evolve into Spectre. Like, the remnants of Quantum will become this new organization called Spectre. And, yeah, just Spectre, man, it's just amazing. I never thought we'd see them in a live-action Bond production ever again. Even the Bond video games weren't allowed to use Spectre. So the movie has Sam Mendes returning, who was the director of Skyfall, and I'm very thrilled about that. Sam Mendes is a great Hollywood Oscar-winning director. He directed American Beauty and Revolutionary Road, which are quite well-known films, and Road to Perdition, where he worked with Daniel Craig in that one. Daniel Craig played a hitman in Road to Perdition. And so he's an excellent director of a real visual style and real flair. And yeah, Skyfall was a stunning looking film. The cinematography looked amazing. Um, so yeah, Sam Mendes is back, and I couldn't be happier. I hope he comes back for Bond number 25 as well. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to this film. I hope it will be the best Bond yet. I loved Skyfall. I thought it was a fantastic movie. Let me know what you think in the comments. We don't know a lot about this movie so far, but it looks to be another exciting entry in this 50 long year series. I'm a huge Bond fan, and I really anticipate it. Hope to see you there at the movies, guys. This is Adam Walton, signing out. See you soon.